Hello everyone, Saturn here talking about the most important topics of Vicky 3. The first one you'll be doing a lot of is construction, so let's get into the details and talk about it. All buildings in Vicky 3, for example, like tooling workshops, require a certain amount of construction. You can see the construction cost here is 450 construction. Right now, if you look at the upper right, I am producing 8 construction per week, which will then go towards my construction of my buildings in my queue that I have here. So how can we get more construction to be able to make our times of our buildings decrease, as well as maybe having multiple going on at the same time? It comes down to construction sectors, and at the lowest level, a construction sector will give you 2 construction. It'll add it to your weekly pool. It'll help with your state construction efficiency. It's pretty small, 0.5%, but it's going to cost you 25 fabric and 75 wood, and that will get pulled, and I'll show you from your market, as well as you will employ 500 bureaucrats, 500 clerks, and 4,000 laborers. So it's pretty expensive, but it's good. You get a lot of people working, which isn't bad either. It will also increase, you can see here, 0.36K per level in government wages as well, but it will also increase your urbanization. Taking a closer look at your market, you can see how much your construction sectors are using in wood. For example, here we're using 145 wood. And for fabric, we're using 48.4. And what's happening is the government is buying these at the price that your market has it. So you want to keep these as low as possible when you're building, and when you're building a lot. And pretty much you're going to be building a lot throughout the whole game. Not only do you want to do it for that, but you can see your lower strata are actually also using this. See, pop consumption, 180 woods being consumed, as well as for fabric, there's another 108 being consumed by your population. So keeping the prices low here will make it so they could actually buy it. And then you can see also when you're constructing, you can look underneath your money balance, and you can see here, there's a temporary national expense. And this is all the wood and fabric that you're buying from your market. And just to show that it's definitely being pulled from the market, what we'll do is we'll go to our construction here. We'll pause all of our construction and go back to the market, let the game run a little bit, and you're going to see that the construction sector disappears. So now all of a sudden the wood is no longer being purchased, the fabric is no longer being purchased as well, and look at our money. Our money went way up because that temporary expense, we're no longer buying these. The government is not buying these to help out with the construction within the country. To progress through the game, you're going to be creating more constructive sectors, and as you do that, you got to keep in mind that you'll be using more and more goods. So for every level, so these are all per level, you'll be using 25 fabric and 75 wood. Also, as you increase your technology, new things will unlock new production methods. For example, underneath urban planning, you'll unlock iron frame buildings. And what this will do is once you, again, go under your construction, you can then change these to a different construction method. But you got to remember, these production methods will impact every sector underneath that given state. What's nice is you can have it split out. You can see Fez and Al Reef are split apart, or you can do it at pretty much a country level, and it'll change all of your states into that production. So you got to really be careful here. And you can see, though, there is a benefit, right? So we're going from 2 construction to 5 construction, or state construction efficiencies going up 0.5%. However, we're going to be using tools, which we weren't before, and you can see the difference, what happens to the market costs here, as well as we'll use 5 less fabric, 35 less wood, which is great. However, we're going to be using 50 more iron, and again, that's going to jack up the price. You can see it there. We'll also, rather than using laborers and slaves, we'll be using machinists. We'll be employing them 250. Again, they're all lower strata. I'll talk about job stratas in a whole nother video. But so there's not a big impact here. But as we go down, maybe with these other production methods, you can see eventually we get more machinists and then into engineers and more construction goods such as electricity and explosives. So it kind of starts to get crazy. However, you have plus 20 construction at this point. In summary, keep your wood and your fabric prices as low as possible early game when you're doing a lot of construction, whether that means you're building it yourself and you're building a lot of logging camps, or you're doing a lot of cotton plantations to keep this low, that's fine. Or you can actually do some imports yourself if you want to, if you think that's going to help as well. But you want to keep those prices as low as possible. That'll help with your construction costs, because you really do want to have as many construction sectors as you can afford. Again, if things get out of control and you're wondering why is my money fluctuating so much, it could be your construction sectors. You really got to pay attention to that. If the price of these go up, you're going to end up spending a lot of money. Worst case, you can always pause your construction, take a look, try to figure out your finances. If you made it this far, really do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe, like, notification button. They're free. And as always,
for the swarm.